Welcome everybody to CanHammer, your source for Age of Sigmar from the Great White North. I have tonight with me Francois.
Hi.
Francois, you're one of the most frequent visitors to my basement.
My home away from home.
In fact, you're down here more than anybody else I know, including my wife. So, yeah, so we are playing a special game tonight with new Flesheaters versus new Skaven. I'm also using a new camera, just trying it out. I got a new camera for my trip to Japan, and I'm trying it out as a Batrep camera. It's a proper SLR, and I've always wanted to try that for filming. So we'll see how it goes. So if you want to watch this at 4K 60 frames per second, you can. You're a crazy person. But actually, I might not put this out in that resolution. But yeah, so we're trying a bunch of new things. This is the first stream, I believe, with my new rig. All sorts of new stuff tonight, so it should be fun. But these are two new battle tomes released just this weekend, and we are going to give it a go. So we are going to be playing, we'll tell you the mission and the armies coming right up. Alright, here is actually 1900 points of Flesheater Quartz. So I will start the game with 3 CP because I'm running a battalion, Ghoul Patrol, and I have 1900 points, so I'll be starting with 3 CP. So leading the force is a Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, this green one here. He is the general. The whole army is Gristle Gore. What Gristle Gore allows me to do is monsters and heroes explode on 6s to hit. And that's basically him. So he has a command trait is dictated to him. It is that he gets to fight first in every combat before people start to pick. So that's his command trait. It's called Savage Strike. He has a enforced relic, which is the Gurkish Moshroud, which sucks. Won't even bother telling you about it. And it's possibly one of the worst artifacts that you have to take in the whole game. And then the command ability for Gristlegore is that a monster can fight when it dies for a CP if it hasn't already fought. Okay, so that's situational, but could be useful. He also gets a mount trait. So the Terrorgeist gets a trait which lets him reroll hits on the Maw attack. His spell, because he's a spellcaster, the extra spell he is rocking Monstrous Vigor, which is a spell that lets him act as if he's unwounded until the next hero phase. So I think that's everything on him. Next is a Ghoul King on Zombie Dragons. Sorry, I'm going to convert up a Zombie Dragon, but for now, just use this model. So he has a mount trait as well, because you get an extra mount trait for every battalion, and his mount trait is Razor Clawed, something like that, which gives him an extra rend to all the mount attacks. And his spell is Blood Feast, which is basically a do D3, heal D3 sort of thing. And that's him. Then we have a Ghast Courtier, which we have to take for Ghoul Patrol. Over here we have the new Arch Regent, which I'm in the process of painting. He has a spell called Spectral Host, which gives a model fly. If it already has fly, it gets run and charge. And if I roll 10 or more on the casting, I can do that to 3 units. And he has the extra relic for the battalion, and he's going to be rocking the Ether Quartz Brooch, which lets me get command points back on a 5-up when I spend them. I think it's probably worth it because I'm going to start the game with 4 CP and I intend to spend them, so probably worth it in that case. Otherwise, I would take the Dermal Robe, which gives him +1 to cast, dispel, and unbind, which is pretty good. He's standing beside this quite ridiculous, silly terrain feature compared to like the Shrine, for example. This throne, the Charnel Throne, which of course lets this guy summon for free. It actually doesn't let them summon for free because they don't have the right of command ability, which I thought was a thing. So it's even worse now in my eyes, but anyway. So there's the Charnel Throne. Then for the Ghoul Patrol, I have a unit of 40 ghouls, 10 ghouls, and 10 ghouls. So they're just chilling out here, and of course Ghoul Patrol lets them outflank. They may outflank now, so don't have to, and they still have to come in turn 1. And then I have a Malevolent Maelstrom because I have 20 points left over. That's the one that can unbind spells and then explodes when it gets up to like 20 or whatever. And then I have the secret sauce, the Chalice of Yushorin. So, do you know what this does, Francois?
Oh.
Okay, so it's an endless spell. It's not a predatory one, so it just sits there.
Right.
Every model that dies within 12 inches of it, so yours and mine, gives it like a charge, basically. Like, it fills the cup with blood.
So that's good when you have 100 clan rats.
Yeah. And then at the end of the turn, every turn, I can heal 1 wound on a Flesheater Quartz model within 12 inches.
Okay.
For every one of those things that died. Or return a 1 wound model to a unit.
Right.
Like ghouls.
Okay.
There it is.
That does sound really good.
It is really good. 40 points.
Nice.
Almost auto take. Okay, so that's basically my whole list. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go see Francois' list. All right, Francois, what do you got?
Okay, so let's get started with my general. My general is going to be this guy here. He's a Grey Seer on a Screaming Bell.
Okay.
And he has the command trait Master of Magic, which means in any hero phase he can add 1 to a casting or unbinding roll once.
Okay.
And he's a double caster, double dispeller. I gave him the item Skaven Brew, which he can give to a unit of clan rats, for instance, make them drunk, and give them an extra attack for 1 turn.
Sweet.
So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. I think that's a once per game.
Once per game, okay.
Then I have the Warpgnaw of Verminlord, one of my favorite looking models. This is a Forge World model. Honestly, I think it's a little expensive for what it does. There are better Verminlords, but this one looks cool, and it's the one I have painted, so there we go.
So last time we played, you played this guy, and he got ganked turn 1 by a Terrorgeist.
He died turn 1, yes. So let's try not have that happen this time.
All right.
Then I have a Claw Leader. He gets a...
Claw Lord?
Claw Lord, sorry, yes. He is just basically you can buff clan rats, and he, for free, gets a command ability, not a command ability, a command trait.
They all get command traits.
Yeah, so I only have 1, so he gets, I think, Terrifying Leader or something. Basically, he's going to boost the Skaven's leadership by 1 in an 18-inch bubble, which against you I think is going to be
So this is
nice.
how it works now, right? Like, you don't pick a clan. Whatever clan you have, you get the shit.
Yeah, so basically, clan rats and storm vermin are universal battle line. Then if you have anything from any other clan, master clan, scryer, molder, whatever, you just get the benefits.
Yeah.
You can go pure clan, and that unlocks specific battle lines, but then you have to be only that clan.
Yeah, so there's not much point in doing it.
It's quite restrictive.
Okay, cool.
Then an engineer, which is there to basically overheat or overload my cannons and make them gloriously explode.
And then you have 2 warp lightning cannons.
Yeah, 2 warp lightning cannons and a doom wheel, finishing off the
doom wheel. Okay.
Component.
Cool.
This one is very, very hilarious. We'll see what it does. It's very random.
Okay.
And also, actually, 2 weapon teams. Warp Fire Throwers, right there.
The Warfire got changed a little bit, eh?
Yeah, it got changed a little bit. Basically, you throw a dice for every member of every model in a unit with an 8, and then a 4 up, you get mortal wounds.
Okay, cool.
3 unit of clan rats, 40, 40, 20.
Well, that's a lot of rats, okay.
That's a lot of rats. And then, of course, I have my new terrain pieces that I painted today. The paint is still wet on them.
It looks good.
3
I'm getting sucked in.
Oh. Yep, 3 gnaw holes. And then I brought an endless spell as well. This is the Warp Lightning Vortex.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Warp Lightning Vortex. Basically, you throw it, and then it forms a triangle. And whatever's in the triangle is going to take mortal wounds.
Oh, in the triangle.
Well, if you're within 6 of 1, it's on a certain roll. Then if you're within 6 of 2, you add 1. It's all 3, you had...
And what's the range you can throw that at?
I want to say 26 inches. It's pretty big.
Is it predatory or not predatory?
No, it just sits there.
Oh, so it just sits there. Yeah. Well, I like those area denial things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's come back with the mission. Okay, we are playing... the total commitment, which is the 4 objectives in each quarter here, and then if you hold your own, it's 1. If you hold your opponent's, it's 3, and that's about it. So we're going to roll off for deployment, although it doesn't matter. I have 4 drops, and you have a bajillion drops. Yeah, so it probably doesn't matter, but we'll roll off anyway. So I rolled a 1 and 3. All right, so we
go first.
Well, that's pick sides. So
all right, you know what? I'm really happy on this side.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so that means I got to drop first anyway. So I'm going to do the first drop, and we'll come back after we're deployed.
And Dylan never orders in the winter.
All right, so before we deploy, actually, we have to place our scenery now, because now every army gets scenery. I placed my throne right here. Francois placed 1 gnaw hole here, so I have to be within 8 inches of the board edge. For this game, we're just playing it to the rock, because these kind of wood things stick out like an inch. but they're not all the way around, so it's kind of silly. So we're just playing to the rock base. So one's over here, one is over there, and one is back there. So this one's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I probably have to babysit it, basically.
That's why it's there.
Yeah. Okay, and so we're going to deploy now. I rolled off, so I'm going to get to deploy first. All right, end of deployment. I've deployed the Arch region here, the 2 Ghoul Kings there, 40 ghouls, 10 ghouls, 10 ghouls. Unfortunately, I left a spot here for things to deep strike in. That's a mistake.
Or is it a trap?
Or is it a trap? There's a doom wheel there. There's a whole crap ton of rats. The bell dude, some more rats. The cannons there. And that dude's in deep strike. He can appear from a gnar hole. And that's about it. So I'm going to let Francois go first. Have a good game.
Good luck.
All right, we'll come back. We'll just do turn summary. So at the end of Skaven, turn 1. All right, end of turn 1 for Skaven. These guys popped up over here, but decided to just stay put. The Doom Wheel came over here and shot at these ghouls, but did nothing. These guys have kill you, attack on dying ability. Whatever.
No, that failed. I didn't cast it.
Oh, you didn't cast it. No. Okay. But there's no Mystic Shield.
Nope.
They're holding that objective.
Yep.
This Warp Vortex thing got cast and basically ended up doing
like two
mortal wounds to the ghouls.
Very underwhelming.
And 2 mortal wounds to my guy, and that's about it. Does it move? No, it's static.
No, it stays there.
Okay. And I need an 8 to dispel it, right?
Correct.
And then this Vermin Lord dude appeared over there and had to stay there in order to hold that objective. So that is that. And that's about it. Oh, those guys shot at my ghouls and killed 8 ghouls.
Oh, you should have.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you a battle shock. Yeah, here you go. 2, 8. I'm good. I'm bravery 10.
Yep.
So they're good on battle shock. So, and that's it. So it's 2-0 for Skaven. And going into bottom of 1. All right. End of Flesheaters turn 1. Basically, I failed all my magic. These ghouls came over here and did killed 1 rat. I summoned 20 ghouls back there who failed their charge. The Var ghouls was back there, failed their charge. My general moved up here with a spectral host, and he breathed off and killed 40 clan rats, basically.
An entire
and feeding frenzied, and he just went crazy and killed 40-man clan rat unit. These ghouls, as a result, they made their charge, but they couldn't activate because they're out of range. What I should have done, now that I know what that can do, I should have charged these guys. And then I moved off this objective here, unfortunately, but I basically took this guy down 7 wounds.
Yep.
And he killed a 1.5 horrors. Horrors I summoned from that edge, and they made a 11-inch charge to get me that objective and knock this guy down. So pretty cool. So I hold 2 3-point objectives in 1, so it's 7 to 2 for Flesheaters at the end of battle round 1. We're rolling for priority.
I break ties. Oh, I'm going to take the turn.
You break ties. Oh, good one. Okay, so it's going to be Skaven battle round 2.
I am.
All right. Skaven turn 2 was pretty devastating. First of all the powers got denied, which is good. He dispelled this in order to cast again, and the cast got denied. So that was sweet. But then it was downhill for me from there. So this guy warped over here, so he's holding this objective now. That guy fell back. Those rats came over, so they're holding that objective. He tried to one-shot the courtier here, the Sarge, with the spell, but that didn't work. And then warp fire cannons.
These little things.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker did 24 mortal wounds to the ghouls, of which I passed 5 or 6 saves. So I lost a whole bunch of these guys.
And then
I used the CP to pass their morale, and then he blew himself up. That guy killed 20 of those ghouls, 12 of those ghouls, and didn't blow himself up. This guy has no rats, so he can't move. And we kind of decided that because he can't move, he can't charge. And he's FAQ, for sure. And then these 2 cannons did 10, basically, to this guy who's on 1 left. And it just couldn't finish him off. And then this Doom Wheel rolled over these dudes and killed them all. So now Francois holds that. So it's actually 9-7 for Skaven going into bottom of turn 2. We'll see if I can pull something back. No, this is the second battle round.
Right, so we're rolling off for battle round 3.
Okay, end of Flesheaters turn 2. Basically, I didn't kill this guy attacking twice. I attacked it twice with a full strength terror, guys. I did not kill it.
He has one wound remaining.
And then plinked me off, basically, which is annoying.
The rat ogre killed you.
Really annoying.
The rat ogre at the back swung at you.
I forgot to cast Chalice, which is like the bomb. Totally forgot, because the whole point of the Chalice was to heal that guy, but I forgot. Failed my reroll wound spell again.
Cannons.
I killed both cannons with those ghouls that have 5 attacks each. I didn't kill this engineer. I killed the Warfire team at the back, and the Vargu healed. I only killed like 1 rat with the zombie dragon. I whiffed on this guy, so I didn't do anything to him, but he whiffed back. I did 1 wound here, and he killed 3 ghouls, so I reclaimed this objective. And this guy moved up there. So basically, the score is currently 11-9 at the end of 2. Now we're going to roll off for top of 3.
And I break ties.
All right, Flesh Eater.
I think that's it.
Going top of 3.
Let's see what. Quick anyway.
All right, end of turn 3, top for Flesh Eaters. Still can't kill this guy. What, he's got 2 left?
No, he's taken 2.
He's taken 2, and I'm down to 2 guys, so I still hold it. I passed my battle shock. Over there, we've had to Feeding Frenzy the horrors to kill that 4-year-old dude. We managed to kill all but 2 of these rats, and we killed whatever was left over there. And
I rolled a 6 on the battle shock here.
And my Vargo finished. Yeah, so it was 8 plus D6, and you rolled,
I rolled 6, so
and
14
so,
randomly.
yeah, it's hardcore. And then this guy finally died to the Vargolf, and that's it. So I get 7 points, which puts it at 18-9, going on the bottom of 3.
So we're gonna. That was amazing.
Okay, that was a quick bottom of 3 for Skaven. Basically, this guy did 15 damage and wiped out 2 ghouls. So you hold that and hold that, and the wheel moved 19 inches back to there, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So actually 7 points for Francois. So it's actually 16. Oh no, you had 9 points. So 18-16 for Flesh Eaters. So I'm still in front by 2.
And now it's roll off.
Roll off for 4. All right, now I win again. All right, let's see what happens round 4.
Game, sir. That was actually really fun.
All right, so we decided to call it at the middle of 4. I basically, I killed this dude. It was not hard to do with all these dudes here. And then we don't even need to go after his stuff, because I would just get 4. I'm 2 ahead. He would get 4, 4, 4, and I win 2 ahead. So we called it. It's a good game. So what you reckon, Francois?
Yeah, it was fun. Really fun. I liked this game of Battletome. Full of randomness and things that can go boom, and nice combos.
Dude, those warp fire throwers did like 50 mortals in 1 turn. Crazy.
Crazy for 70 points. But they're easy to kill, but yeah, they're pretty crazy. In fact, I have 4 more at home, so...
Yeah, I wonder whether you could have, instead of taking out that back ghoul unit,
so I
concentrated on this one.
That was a mistake. If I'd moved the second warp fire thrower up, it would have also been in range there, and I would have wiped that unit of ghouls. That would have been much better. But, live and learn. I also forgot my bonuses on the clan rats, and my plan was to buff the clan rats. I just completely forgot.
Well, my plan was to cast the chalice, and I forgot to cast it 4 turns in a row.
I mean, we've had the book in our hands for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let's have a rematch in a month, and the game will be a little tighter.
Yeah. For my side, a bit rusty with these Holy Within auras. I think, but generally, actually, I did okay with that.
You did okay.
Our magic was hit and miss for both of us, because we were good at unbinding today and not good at casting.
Yeah.
So magic is kind of important to the Flesh Eaters now, which it wasn't before. It was just Unholy Vitality, and that was it, basically. Mystic Shield. So now it's important for really things to go off. That general, like it's great. I mean, on one hand, it didn't even kill the seer going twice, but then on the other hand, it killed 40 rats by itself. So, it's
very swingy, the damage.
You put everything into it, and the Monster Mash, that's the nature of Monster Mash. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the brooch wasn't that useful, so maybe I still might keep the dermal robe. I don't know, I gotta keep trying it, because the +1 to cast and unbind is useful.
Oh yeah,
especially when magic is so important.
It's huge.
It's a big deal, so I think that's what we'll end up doing. But
yeah.
So yeah, overall, it's very impressed with the tome. We're gonna keep playing with it, different lists. Are you just gonna keep trying the same stuff?
No, I already have a few changes I know I want to do. So the Forge World Vermin Lord, the Warp Knot, I don't think is any good for 320 points. It's too expensive.
Overpriced.
Especially when I can get a Warp Seer Vermin Lord for 260.
Or 2 more cannons.
Yeah. But probably what I would do is get rid of the bell, use a regular Grey Seer instead, get rid of the Warp Gnaw, get a Warp Seer Vermin Lord. That saves me enough points that if I shave some other stuff in the list, I really want to get Tunkwol in because he's really, really good.
Yeah,
so,
I don't rate the bell because you also pin down a unit of rats.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. I don't like getting pinned down because you need rats
I liked the bubble battle shock immunity, but it's not big enough. 13 inches is not enough when you have to do a holy within with 40 clan rats.
And you have like a whole crap ton of rats.
Now, this is why you bring the Warp Seer. He has a command ability that gives battle shock immunity within 26 of them.
Oh, that's sweet. That's and as we found out when you rolled that bell, 26 is a long way.
Is a long way. And so the Doom Wheel actually performed really well this game.
Yeah.
But I think it's maybe a little too random. So I don't know if I would bring it again for 160 points, but I do love the randomness of it.
Yeah, yeah, you rolled above average on all your movements,
yeah,
really.
No, I rolled super high on everything with the wheel. So it was good, but I can't count on it being this good again.
Yeah. I guess we're not going to see Storm Fiends anymore because you can't take triple.
Well, yes and no,
thing.
because you can still have a reasonably shooty unit. So something I was thinking of doing is if you have a unit of 6, you do 2 poison wind missile things, 2 rattling guns, and then 2 close combat guys that are just a blade of wounds, basically. Then you stick a scryer hero next to them. You buff them to increase the damage and all that stuff. You're going to do on average like 20 wounds to something. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Or you could just take more of those Warpfire guys.
Well, yes, but the thing with the Warpfire guys is they die real easy because they have a 6-up save and 2 or 3 wounds. So now that you know what they do, you would take them out.
It's so painful. It's so painful. Yeah.
It took you by surprise is why it works.
Oh man, it's really painful. But yeah, yeah.
These things, awesome. It's really nice to be able to teleport.
Well, you placed yours well too.
Yeah.
I don't think you needed one back there.
Well, it was for the +1 to cast.
For a +1 to cast.
Well, also, no, you do, because you jump from one to the other, right? So you need one to teleport from.
Oh, you got to jump from one to the other,
So you need one in your zone that you use as a +1 to cast and a base.
Well, I misplayed this.
Yeah.
Basically, I should have just... it was there when I deployed, so I should have just surrounded it. Like that was.
Because you could have just completely locked it down.
I could have just surrounded it and it was useless. And this one was nice. I like it because it was just... I don't know, you didn't pre-measure.
Well, that one, it was for the option of, like, controlling both objectives on that side. Yeah. Frankly, I probably would put it closer like that if I did it again.
Yeah. But that was useful.
Yeah.
You got to drop the Forge World guy. He's overpriced.
No, he's overpriced. Sure. He looks cool, but he's overpriced. Yeah.
For me, Horrors Flares, I think Mass Ghouls is better. But we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot to discover in this book. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Please join us for more action next week. We're having a game versus Necrons, I believe.
Very nice.
If you can imagine that. And we'll be...
post-chapter approved. Necrons are better than they
more
were,
giveaways and more shows. So lots of content coming out. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.